quest for Ukraine's wealth by Russia. Ukraine boasts an abundance of valuable energy, mineral, and agricultural resources that have captured the Kremlin's interest. Russia's motivations for its incursion into Ukraine span from concerns about security to historical claims seeking to dismiss the existence of a distinct Ukrainian national identity. If you like to stay on track with the world resources available around us, please like and subscribe to our channel. Energy security is also a pivotal factor, especially Vladimir Putin's determination to guarantee the uninterrupted flow of Russian oil and gas to European markets, facilitated by Ukraine's pipelines. However, the grander prize envisioned by Russia is Ukraine's remarkable wealth of resources, encompassing extensive energy reserves, minerals, and agricultural assets of global significance. Throughout the Soviet era and much of the post-Soviet period, Ukraine's resources, excluding agriculture and coal, remained largely underutilized and unexplored. In more recent times, Ukraine aimed to enhance economic and energy security by tapping into these resources and diversifying exports away from Russia. In 2013, a significant effort to privatize oil and gas was initiated, but Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea and intervention in the Donbas disrupted these plans. Ukraine's resource development efforts faced further setbacks when Russia's invasion impeded progress. Many of Ukraine's resource-rich regions, both in the east and beneath the Black Sea, are either under Russian control or facing attacks. Agricultural output, a significant asset for Ukraine, suffered due to the targeted destruction of warehouses, farm equipment, and related infrastructure by Russia. The occupation of Ukrainian ports, sea route blockades, and deliberate sinking of cargo ships disrupted the export of goods like grain to global markets. Russia's strategic goal of capturing Ukraine's eastern territories and southern coastlines is not coincidental. These regions, now predominantly controlled by Russia, hold about half of Ukraine's conventional oil, 72% of its natural gas, and nearly its entire coal production and reserves. Additionally, crucial minerals, especially rare earth metals in high demand, are concentrated in regions like Donetsk, which are currently occupied or threatened by Russia. Key crops feeding global markets, such as wheat, corn, barley, and sunflower oil, hail from eastern and southeastern Ukraine. The ongoing war not only disrupted the production of these resources but also impeded supply chains, blocked exports, and cast uncertainty over future investments. Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and its recent acquisitions along Ukraine's Black Sea coastline have given Moscow control over an estimated 80% of Ukraine's vast offshore hydrocarbon reserves, including substantial natural gas deposits. Moscow appears to be strategizing ways to incorporate these resources into its energy supply chain, upon which Europe currently depends. The intricate relationship between Russia and Ukraine has long been shaped by energy, especially the transit of Russian fossil fuels to Europe through Ukraine's extensive pipeline network. Ukraine, while currently reliant on imported energy, holds significant untapped reserves of gas and coal. Before the 2022 invasion, Ukraine imported a significant portion of its natural gas, oil, and coal. Ukraine's natural gas deposits, potentially the second largest in Europe after Russia, offer proven reserves of 1.1 trillion cubic meters and potential deposits up to 5.4 trillion cubic meters. Moreover, Ukraine possesses vast coal reserves, with 151 operating mines and up to 41 billion tons in deposits, among the world's largest. Ukraine's potential extends to the production of critical industrial metals. The country harbors commercially relevant deposits of 117 out of the 120 most essential industrial minerals across numerous surveyed sites. While 2021's total output was around $15 billion, the combined value of deposits, including titanium, iron, neon, nickel, and lithium, could range from $3 trillion to as high as $11.5 trillion. However, these prospects have been hindered by the war, with domestic and international companies scaling back or discontinuing mining operations in Ukraine. Russia's interest in Ukraine extends to rare earth metals, a vital resource in increasing demand. Ukraine possesses potentially the largest reserves of lithium in Europe, a critical component in electric vehicle battery production, and a significant supply of rare earth elements like beryllium, niobium, and tantalum, mainly concentrated in Russian-occupied zones. Ukraine was making strides in investing in critical minerals just before the invasion. Ukraine Invest received numerous proposals from companies across Europe and North America, and the European Union also established a strategic partnership to extract raw materials. These efforts aim to reduce reliance on China, which currently dominates over 98% of the EU's supply. However, at present, the conflict's most profound impact lies in the realm of food production and exports, where Russia's control over vast swaths of Ukrainian territory affects the world's most vulnerable nations. In 2021, Ukraine supplied a considerable portion of global wheat, corn, barley, sunflower seed, and safflower oil, with agricultural exports totaling almost $28 billion, primarily to developing countries. The war's influence on Ukraine's agricultural production remains uncertain and will depend on the conflict's duration and the areas impacted. Some crops are likely to suffer more than others, with nearly a third of Ukraine's corn crop grown in Russian-occupied territories. The war's consequences extend to farm labor, equipment, and essential resources like seed, feed, and fertilizer. Agricultural activities in affected regions have been disrupted due to damaged equipment and insufficient fuel. The disruption of fertilizer supplies has led to soaring prices, exacerbated by the fact that Ukraine relied heavily on imports from Russia and Belarus. Russian military actions have also targeted agricultural infrastructure, such as warehouses and grain silos, compounding the challenges faced by Ukrainian farmers. Prominent agricultural companies like Harvey and AgroGeneration have lost significant acreage to the conflict, and others are grappling with maintaining production. The war has also significantly impacted shipping routes, particularly through major port cities on the Black Sea and Sea of Azov. The blockade of these ports has severely limited shipping activities, with ships being blocked and container companies suspending operations due to insurance issues. Russia's invasion has paralyzed key sectors of Ukraine's economy, resulting in far-reaching global implications. The disruption caused by the conflict not only affects major hydrocarbon extraction, mineral mining, and agricultural production but also casts doubt on their prospects due to destruction, damage, and lack of investment. By destabilizing or occupying crucial production regions, Russia gains substantial leverage and control over a significant portion of global commodities, including essential resources for food, energy, and the emerging green energy transition.